I'm so pleased to welcome Sam Gory on today's show.
Thank you for having me.
Sam, how are you doing?
Good, thank you.
My Australian mates?
Yeah.
And Sam, exciting time of your life. Tell us what's happening.
Basically, beginning of the year, we were lucky enough to have a boy, Toby. And so now we've started before he was born, that we're going to take him home and bring him up in Australia for a little bit. So packing our lives up here and in 2 weeks flying back to Australia.
You're going to be so missed. And for those who don't know, Sam used to run very recently, run an anchor bar in Canada Yard.
Correct.
And that was with Greg.
Me and Greg. And we had another partner, Ty, back in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did you run the anchor bar for?
3 years in the end.
Because didn't you take it over just before lockdown?
Yeah, as luck has it. Basically, we signed the payslip on the day of lockdown, the day before. We decided to go through with it, and then lockdown for 3 months. So we done a bit of a renovation and opened after that. And then obviously all the restrictions, some nights were forced to close at 6 p.m. So a bit rocky in the beginning. I had a great time and I learned a lot.
Yeah. And I've said to both you and Greg that you guys have been instrumental in changing the community in Canada Yard, taking custody around surrounding areas.
Thank you very much.
What would you say was your key achievement in terms of running the anchor bar?
Friendships.
Let's see, brothers. Friendships.
Yeah, definitely. Like when I look back from it, the friends I have, like all my friends now, lots of them didn't exist before Anchor Bar. So we've got the Anchor Bar, I would have known them. And a good clique, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's really good people who go to that bar and in that area, and through the bar, seeing other people become friends.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have met without being in the bar as such.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, the friendships and the memories. And now today, you know, I know people now who are, they're keeping their friendships alive, and they're now hanging out with each other outside of the bar, which is very good.
Yeah, to definitely have that community feel. And it's one of those bars where you could walk in if you're a stranger, whether you're on your own or as a family or as a couple. There was no set type of person.
No, there wasn't. Everyone was welcome. Everyone was welcomed as well. And people, it was never really an outcast in there or anything like that. Everyone was very friendly atmosphere, and all types of people. Yeah, it was good like that. And also, after you went for the first time, you could walk in and you could nod at people because it was that type of bar. Everyone knew each other in the end, and very friendly atmosphere.
But I imagine being worked in the bar similar to being a hairdresser.
Yeah,
also a counselor.
My wife's a hairdresser actually. Yeah. So one stage she worked in the bar and a hairdresser. You hear everyone's problems, and you got to, they're not there to hear your problems. So you got to smile a lot of the time, and it doesn't matter what day you had, and they're in to have a beer and have a chat. So they bring yourself to their level, whether you're up or down, I guess. But that was definitely one of the hardest things, especially working other jobs. So I've done a huge day yourself. And Greg was the same. Greg done huge hours, and then you go to the bar, you got someone coming in whinging about first world problem. You have to make sure, oh really? And you're like, what am I doing? I think that helps with them. That's what it is. That's part of your job.
Of course.
Yeah, more than just serving drinks and making money. And you're there to listen. That's a public job. That's what I've worked.
My mum would be there when Liverpool lose.
You'll get paid very quickly on Liverpool lose. All you want to say. So, yeah.
And on a deeper level, what would you say are the common problems that you
listen to?
Realize, you've listened to within the community?
Oh, good question. A lot of people, gossip is a big thing. A lot of people whinging about something else or someone else, or, a problem that really is not a problem as such. You know what I mean? I think some people, it's a small community, and then a lot of the time it'll be whinging about someone else or something like that. So, to name a topic, I'm not too sure. But, it's always, I think everyone whinging about something, or if they can't get someone, it's the government or something like that.
But gossip is huge, and particularly on small islands.
It's very small.
People feel fearful of sharing because if they fight or you Sam, you go tell your missus tells somebody else, next minute it's come back.
Yeah, that is very true. Yeah, exactly. Very true. Very careful, especially you get told a lot of secrets as a barman as well.
Yeah.
2 o'clock in the morning, some people aren't really careful with their lips like that. So you got to make sure you don't spread the gossip, because either it'll come back to you, but you also don't want that going out to other people. So, I don't. There's lots of stuff I don't tell Haley at all. Furniture. Yeah, it's like no one else needs to know that. They've said it.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they know they've said it. The next time they see you, they won't look you in the eye straight away or something because they're like, oh, I don't even know. Like, I was last time I was here and I was really drunk and I shed my deepest secret or something. And as the person listening to that, you got to just be mature and not tell anybody.
And they clearly need that safe space or that need just to tell somebody something.
Yeah, everyone does. And I think I'm definitely guilty of doing it to some of my patrons. So I guess we went both ways for me.
Yeah.
I have some very good patrons who, it's the end of the night and I've definitely shared stuff and they've helped me through things that I didn't think I'd do. And I've woken up the next morning, what have I done? What do I tell? But I value that myself. I'm happy I did that. And I had it back. I had it, coming back at me basically. He's really good.
And as a guy, Sam, and I see you as a man's man, you have you're very physical.
Yeah.
And then you've got a heart for men's sharing and speaking and mental health.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about your background growing up? How did what you put your dad and you, and also your mother in terms of how you told to become a man?
Yeah, so I was born in Africa. I was born in Kenya.
Yeah.
To missionary parents. So we lived basically in the desert in Kenya, 8 hours from Nairobi, middle of nowhere. So we grew up with basically God in the house, very religious family. So I had, my father was a very good role model. Okay? He was, I guess, image himself to God in the Bible. So I grew up very luckily with two really good parents who, like religion was at the center of the family, but it all revolved around love, do you know what I mean? So we were taught really early, life is, I guess, it's a blessing. And love was definitely at the center of it. So growing up, my father was definitely a good role model. My mum had a good relationship, still had ups and downs, but they stuck through. They're good today. They've got 3 kids and now they're 5, 6, 7 grandchildren.
Lovely.
Yeah, so that's always positive and always honest as well.
Yeah.
So growing up in Kenya, obviously, you see it in your life. So you had a completely different perspective. And then we moved back to Australia when I was about 8 or 9. And then that was a huge shock as well. But the family was always stayed together. I really believe it was solid thing in my life.
Yeah.
And it still is. I think right to now, which is really lucky for. I'm lucky where I had the guidance. So then when I saw other friends and mates and stuff, in the beginning I didn't understand how some of them didn't have those role models, so that's why they act and that's how they feel. So I think when I was like early adult, I was starting to realize I was really lucky. I had a really good dad. He drove us to football training every night. They didn't have friends and stuff, they revolved everything around us. So I'm very lucky now with a child, good role model. Mum was always there, Mum's a legend as well. She supported Dad doing all his ministry work in Kenya. She was an academic, so she'd studied different languages and translate languages and stuff.
Wow.
She worked mathematics and stuff like when we came out in Australia, she went to university to study mathematics and always learning. She was made sure the kids were always learning and moving forward, I guess.
Your desire to travel.
I think it was always in me from the beginning. I knew from the beginning that I'm leaving Australia. I was always always 100%, even when I was Haley, in the beginning she knew we were leaving. And then I did graduate around the world. But I think it was an option for me. We grew up on that side of the world. We grew up doing long-haul flights to Kenya every day, so it was almost natural. Yeah, almost natural for you to do 3 years in Kenya and 6 months back in the show. 3 years, 6 months. So, and I think I've always moved around longevities and find a strong suit of rest. Yeah.
Which year did you have in Palma?
Landed in Palma, I believe, in 2015, 2016. I'm up to 8 years here. Yeah. With Haley, we left for Canada first, 6 months. Montreal, and then that didn't work out, so we just wanted to keep traveling. And I had an uncle who lived here. Always knew our Uncle Ellen.
That uncle, man.
We met him. I met him once or twice from Canada, but always knew had an uncle living in Spain, working for cash. So obviously the legalities for working for Aussies isn't that easy. So I can go somewhere in Europe, I can get a job. Haley had a British passport, so that wasn't an issue. She was safe. And then we came here and just things fell into place really quickly. My wife got a really good job. I got good work and just went and get some boats today doing some really cool projects. Learning a new skill as well at the same time.
What exactly were you doing on the boats?
In the beginning, I was just doing whatever I was told to, sailing in, scour without masks, and doing all the stuff that, everyone laughs about. I did that, and then I got in with a boat, one boat, and a good captain. And basically, he just, every time the boat came back to Palma, he just rang me up, you're on board. And so I do everything from helping the engine room to whatever they basically said. And then through that, I built a rapport with some good companies. And I never struggled for work and always doing some interesting projects.
You were on a different side of the boat. How did you get involved with the Baltic culture, the Yachting or what?
Yeah, definitely. It's more into. I never crewed as on the boats, so I was always when the boats were up, came back to Palma. I came to help with the work. I didn't go away and do any boss trips or anything like that. So I definitely mingled with the crew, but not on the level where you go away. 6 months each.
Sure.
Even always, I'm lucky to have heaps of friends. Throughout the years, most of them definitely got in industry. We made friends as well, but definitely most of my friends really got in industry, and made some very good friends over the last couple of years.
What's your experience and knowledge of the yachting industry? You've got direct experience, you've got director in it, you've got a big, not just a freak with the anchor farm. So you're seeing it from different perspectives.
I see it as it's a grey area. It's an incredible thing that sometimes I guess shouldn't exist. You know what I mean? It's like you have all these boats that are worth millions of dollars. There's so much money in the industry. I feel like the industry is so grey as far as rules and structure. You know what I mean? Like, so one boat will follow one guideline, and then the captain is the boss. And I guess a lot of the time that's it. The captain is the boss, and if you have a problem, then if you can't talk to the captain about it, you might well quit. There's no watchdog as such. Then you go to another boat, and they're like, we're part of the union. The union will take care of you all and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, the captain or the owner has to say whatever. They want you to wear a white t-shirt and come in and you'll wear it, or it's your job. Which is, it's a good industry. You can definitely make money, you can see the world and some amazing people in it. But then you see a dark side sometimes where, either you're selling your soul to work on Christmas Day, or you are just, it's not helping the world as such to be a better place. It's sometimes less important, sometimes it's not, I think.
And how did you handle it? Did you receive harsh treatments?
No, I was always lucky, I guess, because I was always on the working side of things. I was there doing my job when my job was finished. But that was it. I didn't go to sea. I didn't get stuck in that little community for a short period of time. So, but some of these boats are a quarter to 20. You are literally, to get out of bed, you're stepping on someone else's bed.
Yeah, I've heard that.
The showers are like, some people can't even put their head up in the showers. And then if you have a bad day, you're around 6 other people, and you got to fake it a lot of the time, I think. Obviously, no one wants to be having a bad day. If you are, then gossip starts, rumors among you. So it's
It's sad. If you're having a bad day, that will start busting the rumors and the negative.
I guess if you're having a bad day and you don't want to talk about it, and you can't eat the breakfast, and from breakfast to dinner you get stroppy, and as soon as you leave the galley, people talking about it. Well, he's stroppy, and it's like, maybe, I don't know.
I get it.
Yeah, so it's definitely full on. So I didn't see that side of things. I saw the side where we're getting jobs done, and a lot of the time they're not living on the boat, they're living in apartments, and they're out, they have their freedom. So I guess I saw yachting at its best. When the crews were relaxed, they're back from the season and they're enjoying Palma. And that's why a lot of yachts come to Palma is incredible. You get a job and then the boat comes back to Palma for a winter. You're living on a beautiful island. And then, so see different aspects of it, I guess.
So where would the safe space be? If you've got something going on in your mind, whether it's relationship issues, travel back home, and that you certainly don't want people to know.
Everyone is allowed to have their privacy. I think it's something that should be written. You want to have your privacy and you don't want someone to know about something, then that's that's your right.
Yeah.
So I don't know, a lot of these times I guess you got to keep it to yourself, and then you can vent through reading people, or I guess you'll be lucky if you have a good crew. There's some really good crews out there where, you know, they all be taking care of each other, and I guess it also falls down to the captain.
Yeah.
The captain has a lot of responsibility, you know, bucks off with you, so also stops with you. When your crew needs something, you have to be that shoulder to lean on, I guess.
Yeah.
Because you are you're the captain of the boat, leading the ship. So you can't go to your leader for help.
So the captains really is the key influence.
Yeah.
In terms of the atmosphere, the culture, they set the tone.
Yeah, the captain set the tone of the whole boat. Good captain, good crew, I guess. And then, yeah, you meet some really good captains. I'm really lucky, actually. I haven't met any horrible captains, but then again, I haven't been in that flight space at sea for most of the time. One of my best mates here, he does 6 or 7 months at a time away. From the family. It's a long time, and that's not even a trip back in between. You know, he's gone, see 7 months later, a lot of things have changed. You know, and so in that atmosphere, the captain, you know, they don't control the ship, so whichever way they do that, it's up to them, I guess. The morale building, I think, is good. Good boat, good morale, everybody friendly. Yeah, and I think it all depends on the size too. If you get into the bigger crews, they're upwards of 20, and then that can be probably very pure.
Yeah.
You know, 5 or 6, and keep an eye on everyone, see what they're doing. Yeah. Definitely hard job, I don't envy it. Yeah. Then what do you do if, you know, say something happens to someone, and something happened with their family member, then they come to you and tell you, and that's your responsibility to ensure that person's performed that, you know, safe, to check up on them. And definitely more work than a hairdresser and a barman.
Yeah.
More responsibility.
Yeah. And think about what we said kind of it'd be great. Because there's no real standard.
No, there's no standard.
Yeah, a captain who's like, will come over it while now during.
Yeah.
You get another one's like,
Yeah, exactly right. There's no standard. There's no guideline as such. You know, some boats follow these, some boats follow those. Some boats where she's on deck, some boats not where she's on deck. So every boat has its own entity. You know, it's like a floating kind of kingdom. And that's, and then grey areas such as well for like pays and stuff. There's no standard pays. You know, chef you get 20 grand or a chef you get 2 grand. There's no structure. And as far as moving up, and they need courses and stuff. That boats don't even need courses. You know, some boats you need so many tickets to work on that, and then there's a private vessel where you actually don't need much at all. Just need a safety course and, you know, have a bit of go about you. And that's where it comes into, like, a lot of people aren't qualified in the jobs. You like sell fakers, the thing called fake it till you make it.
yeah.
And it's definitely true. A lot of people, they put a good resume or CV, and then you can get landed really good jobs in positions where you might not, you know, necessarily should be there. So, but it's no, it's other. I guess that's why I call it a grey area. Yeah.
But you'll see the other side, and obviously being sensitive, don't disturb information. When they're out seeing off the boats and the bar, and they're just related to you, they also share about what they're really struggling with.
Yeah, a lot of them will, especially if the captain. Yeah, definitely, a lot of them will. It's a good place to get something off your chest. A lot of them will definitely disclose what upsets them, especially like, you know, rosters and stuff like that, and the holiday like that. It can be something like you start owning Christmas, you know?
Yeah.
Stuff like that, and that side.
From you're in a pivotal position, you can be on there. You've got friends in the industry, you work as a father, you come and share with you. What do you say needs to change to improve? It's not all bad, we're not that agree.
No, not at all. It's not bad. You can go through your whole career yachting and be amazing.
Yeah.
I guess I see so many careers. I go boats, so I hear lots of stories, you know, so you see the good and the bad. One thing that kind of scares me, or I think about sometimes the women and the sexism in the industry.
Yeah.
It can be pretty sexism. You know, some of these girls are wearing stupid short skirts in SDP in a yard, 100 blokes. And why are you wearing it? You know, it's like, I'm not saying that they can't wear this stuff, but, you know, it's just asking for a bit of trouble. And then I don't feel like women, if they are whistled at or honked at or something, you know, not that they deserve that, but they've got that way to report that, really. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So, and I know a lot of women probably get it tough on the boats too, and then, you know, girls might find it a bit harder. When click, you know, you have
Yeah.
the stewardess, I guess the stewardess is your boss, if you're a girl, and then, you know, she has a wife, you can use pretty bad stories about just, and petty stuff, you know, like she did this, she did that, and a lot of stuff you hear, like, mate, you wouldn't stand for that in any other job in Australia, especially.
Yeah.
You'd be fired, you know, they wouldn't even put up with it, but you get away with a lot of stuff if there is no kind of guideline. So, yeah, that's a lot of things you hear about, you know, getting stuff that happens that, you know, like school children, yeah, and your adults all the time. But that's where the cap is, and it's nipped in the butt straight away, otherwise it keeps going on. Fast.
Glorified playground.
Glorified playground, mate, and then, yeah, definitely. And then you are on somewhere that's suiting your toys, and you feel like even to the decade, you've got your toy as well. So, you know, you chest goes up 5 sizes without actually going up. Yeah, definitely. Attitude.
It can be what you're sharing, a scary place, especially for women.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Yeah, especially stuck on a boat, you know, if you're stuck in tight quarters, and yeah, I can see, and I do know that I hear stories that can be a really uncomfortable place.
Yeah. What you've shared is familiar in the industry.
Yeah,
So we have
I'm not the
spoken
first
about
person to talk about it.
the drugs and the alcohol that goes with it.
Yeah, drugs and alcohol definitely a huge part of it.
Why is it so slow to change? I'm not saying change is not happening, but it just appears to be really slow.
Good question. I think something drastic happened before it actually changes. I think a lot of boats, it comes down to the fact that all your boats are registered in different places around the world, and to be registered in these places, you don't have to tick in boxes as such. Like, you need an international framework where every boat and vessel is registered in a framework, an international framework with a watch log. So, do you know what I mean? Like the boat signs on for a go by these rules and then sexism and stuff like that, you know, misogynistic comments and especially homophobia, yeah, definitely exists. You know, and if no one's not following a set of rules, and how can you get reprimanded for not following it? Yeah. So it's such a grey area. I know in Australia with the boats, where you have to have a ticket,
Okay.
so then you sign on, and then you are under a contract. There's no H&S, and if you can put in sexual harassment claim, you know,
Yeah.
because there's that boat is then reporting so that, you know, they can get reprimanded for it. I guess when the boat's licensed in Cayman Islands and everything's about, you know, getting away with everything else, then there's like a real good structure. I know there are unions that have nothing to do with them because also the crew, and I hear that they do good stuff sometimes. Definitely not enough. There's no education. Maybe education comes into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in Australia or anywhere in the world, you start a job, you do an OHS course, and usually once every 3 months you get dragged into a room and they're getting you know, this is your 3 monthly chat about how we're not going to accept these comments in the workplace. And, you know, and then we told you now, so then if you do it, you've been warned and they reprimand it. There's nothing in it like that, mate.
And anything like that would need to be set at the top. Every culture set from the top.
It's set from the top, exactly. Yeah. And then, exactly right, and translated, and then there'd be a walk. But it would help, you know, a lot of these kids come on too at 16, 17. But they don't actually experience the outside world as such, you know. They get straight into yachting, and then they don't actually understand what the world's for.
Yeah.
And they do the ones that are really leaders or get the really good jobs, they work their way up through the ranks. They actually never work at McDonald's and understand what sexual harassment is. They think it's normal.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not their fault. And maybe they weren't told that you can't do that. And we were told that, it would be to us. And yeah, I guess if you never told them, you never had that training or that guidance, and how do you know what you're doing wrong?
And going back to you running the bar, how did you come across sexual harassment or and how did you answer it?
Yeah, it's tough, my I saw some horrible shit. Yeah, definitely sometimes snap and grab some people. That's hard to let get out. I worked in there and I've been around, basically. Yeah, definitely had a couple of nights like that. Sometimes it's a sneak up. I guess if a girl comes in a skirt, everyone looks at her, and I'm guilty myself. So, like, you know, where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess the best way is not to partake. So, you know, they come in and they do make a comment, you laugh at it, or, you know, make a comment back and you're already guilty. So, yeah, I guess that'd be the best way, is not to get into it, but definitely stood up for it when it was out of line. Yeah, but it's not comfortable. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's not me making a choice, that's my mechanism. Yeah, like it's not like, oh, I need to do something. You see something go on limit, it's jumping straight away. Yeah. Especially if you're a bar, you want people to feel safe in there. That was a lot of it. And then, yeah, people would, and then sometimes people come up to me and go, mate, he's privileged that girl, I'm not bragging, oh, mate. Yeah. So then you got it down, and that's it. I've thrown out. I'm throwing out some of my best nation at time. Right. They know they've been thrown out. Yeah. And they ask you why, I tell them why, and that's it. But they come back and, I won't stand for it, you know. Otherwise, we get one, but
like it's an aim to be consistent as well.
Yeah.
With Dino. And with the female barbs stuff, as you had, did they feel safe?
I think so. They all said that. That was actually one of the best things I liked about the bar. It was, the girls felt safe. They could close up the bar at 1, 2 in the morning. Yeah. Places, you know, environment wanted it to be safe, and there wasn't fighting. The culture was pretty good. Well, there was drugs, you know, there was beer for the other on bar, definitely. But the girls felt safe. They always said that. They also had a good environment in the area. You know, we had a good relationship with all the people in the street. So yeah, if there was a problem, then they felt safe enough to go out in front. Why? You know, help me.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, that was important. Yeah. When we hired new staff, that was selling the bar. I always made sure I brought that up and like, it's the same bar, you know, we had like, next there's no issues. People feel comfortable, the girls feel comfortable, and they should feel comfortable. But I guess I'm proud of that. Well, maybe anyway.
Love speaking to you, Sam. And just before we back up, you and any personal mental health issues that you've experienced and how to overcome.
Myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody has issues, and whether you call it issue or not. I have to deal with anxiety and stress, especially when we're busy with the bar and everything. I'm super lucky because I have people to talk to. Yeah. Even if it wasn't sitting out like me and you right now. Yeah. I had a good friend around me, I had a very good wife who I could vent to. And, you know, a lot of time it was in my head or something, and they were there for me. Yeah, definitely. Not much. I'd be really lucky, right? Sometimes you think, don't like to say depressed. I wouldn't say depressed. Sometimes you get down a bit about things, and then I like bounce back really quick. You know, everyone sees me the jerky guy in the bar where it's lying, and that is me 80%. Yeah. But even 20% of the time, where I do grumpy, you can ask my wife, I'm being very grumpy. But I do bounce back. I go through phases, I guess. And then I definitely think about where I grew up all the time. So if it's a first world problem and I'm usually about something in my head, I can actually think about friends like people in Kenya, I guess. Yeah. Like, mate, your life isn't that bad at all. Like, shut up. Yeah. Get on with it. No, and that for me works. Yeah. It is true. You know, you build up these things in your head, and you know, you get beat yourself up, you get really anxious about things, and then you be like, mate, it's literally what, you know, it's not even a problem. People are like wondering about where they're going to sleep, and, you know, where to get the next meal. So you got to bring yourself down with that. Makes us feel a bit guilty, I guess. Yeah. It's put it in perspective. Yeah. Put it in perspective, yeah, definitely.
But still owning where you're at. So if you're down, we all do, don't we?
We all exactly.
Yeah. I think it's false if we don't own it. So.
Yeah, it's how you deal with it. Yeah, definitely. And also how you take it out. Like, I can get angry, but no, it's not a problem, you know. There's no point taking it out on your wife and you're afraid to look around then. Yeah, owning it's definitely a big thing. And like, you're the only person who gets yourself out of that situation. Do you know what I mean? And if you're taking it out someone else, you have no idea what they did that day or how they're going, you know. And you, like I said, someone's first world problem. And this person you're yelling at and shock or something, they might be way worse off than you. You know, you're not helping that. So, being conscious, I think we should do all the time.
But bringing back to your families, they're great childhood. Dad and mum as superb role models. Has it influenced you now being a dad to a young boy?
Yeah, and what to live up to, I guess. Yeah, I think about it a fair bit. I guess I was brought up in the structure of religion, right? Yeah. So the Bible was a rule book, and then lived to according to that. Everything was literally like long. And so I think they had it easy because they had a book to go to. I'm like religious as such myself, but I do feel like I need rules in my life.
Yeah.
Some, I want to live my life a certain way, and I want to have morals, and I want my son to see that. It gets kind of it's hard. I feel like they've done such a good job, and I really love my upbringing. I really respected them. I had best childhood. A lot of that is to do with the fact that my parents were religious, and that they were following the code of the Bible. So now, I think that shaped me. I don't think I'd be myself who I am, and they brought me up that way. Right. So now I'm looking at it as how can I be totally the same amount of love, I guess, without the Bible. And it's a lot difficult to figure out, but definitely want to get in the same. Yeah, that right thing, so.
It does. Yeah. Talk about the rules and what your family had with you with boundaries.
Yeah,
boundaries is like the first sign of love.
Yeah, exactly, and authority and respect. My dad, we got smacked. I definitely appreciate it every time I got smacked. And there was rules. You got to cross the rules. Then there was love too. There's always love, and that's something that's the most important thing. I think. Yeah, definitely.
But I can't see you being anything else. That's super dad. I mean, every dad gets his side. I would see you pretty big in yours.
Yeah, I was pretty happy. We know how it is. I was a boy. He's definitely very cute. Yeah, lots of hard work for every day. Absolutely.
And what would be the footprint you and your family would like to leave in Walker or back to Australia?
The footprint would be that Australian couple that that had made a bit of an impact. We made a lot of friends. We have a family here. Yeah, we do have a family here, 100%. And more often, it's people who that I call family who I haven't seen for years, who still live here, but we've met so many people, and I really cherish that. I don't want to forget that either. I'm not trying to come back, I guess that time where you grew up, where you was born, and the footprint is that all the Australian people who were Australian couple, I guess, who made them enjoy it a little bit better. Yeah, a really good wide variety of friends. We always have a good time. It's always memories.
And as you're sharing, Sam, I'm thinking Sam being captain on the boats. It's off the boat now.
Tough gig. I don't think I'll do it. Yeah, I don't. It'd be interesting, but it'd be fun though. Yeah, definitely. That'd be cool. You need to have rules are important. Yeah, especially you like breaking them, but you need to have rules in your life, and can't be the rules, but definitely good boat, I guess. Good crew, open crew. We have to talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Important.
Yeah, I believe it to be a boat. He was the captain of it. The people on there feel safe, regardless.
Yeah, safe regardless of where the black, blue, pink. Yeah, exactly. Feels safe. I guess I bet my crew, don't let anybody on my crew. Yeah, definitely make sure it's a good crew. A lot of that come ground to ensure it, and you get on the boat, it's trustworthy, I guess. So, big job, they don't hear me. Yeah, a lot of them can just do whatever they want, and then you get problems down the line. I guess if it's pick their crew wisely, or then that will make a huge difference.
So, final message, a parting message?
One message, thank you for bringing me on here to chat about it. I was a bit nervous. Obviously, guys don't talk about feelings, You do after, some beers or some partying, and then you let your hair down. A lot of times you're crying, you're high, or you're drunk. So I think guys have to talk to guys. Yeah. And you should, choose your friends, Yeah. Choose your friends. It's easy to follow the flow and go on that group and do whatever. But if you have a good bunch of friends that you can talk to, then your life will be easier, and you're not trying to, just be something you're not. You've got to be yourself. Your friends will show your friends, will show you the future. Yeah, that's true. And guys got to start talking to guys. Definitely a problem with, men don't talk. I don't talk about my feelings. I'm the first to admit it. Even to my wife, I bottle everything up. But when you do talk about it, it does help. And then it brings it out from the shadows. Like, oh, it's not that bad, or okay, it is bad, but there's a solution to it.
Yeah.
If you just leave it in your head and you strop on it, you strop on it, you strop on it, you'll just keep going down that rabbit hole and get out a lot harder. So choose your friends, and yeah, life's good. Real life's good. Be respectful, and yeah, take care of yourself.
Wise words. Thank you so much, Sam.
Thank you, Gary. Appreciate it.
So thank you again for a BroTalk with Gary. Once again, it's a pleasure to have Sam on today's show. And if you forget everything else he said, hopefully you won't. But guys, we need to talk. And as he said, when we talk, it's not as bad. And if it is bad, there is a solution. Cheers, Sam.
Thank you, Gary.